in this video, we're going to focus on the array sort method, and the array sort method is very useful to sort your chart data. So this is a part of the Chartjs array series. Let's start and explore. So with sort, you can use a lot of options. However, when you sort data, you basically modify the original array. And this is extremely important because if you don't know this, you will have a huge struggle to figure out as what we're going to do here. So what is very important here is this is why in the previous video I covered slice. And slice is extremely powerful, and in here we're going to use slice to duplicate our array. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make a new function here, and this function should be using sort. So I'm going to say sort value, and then I'll put in here. And for now, the only thing what I will do is I will update. Once I update, I will do the following. I'll say labels.sort. And if I do this, you will see it will sort everything. And if I would sort data as well, you will see the data will be sorted, but not in a way you expect it. So let's go here. We make a new button. Instead of the reverse, we're going to add a sort. We say sort value. There we say sort. And if I save this now and refresh, we press this button and you can see what's happening. So if I refresh again, let's pay attention again. First of all, check the labels. You can see here this is red, blue, etc, etc. And if you click on sort, it starts to reorder itself in blue, green, orange, purple, red, etc, etc. So this is alphabetic order, which is correct. However, look at the data points here. The data points are not being sorted, and the reason why it's not being sorted is it doesn't sort from high to low, not in a way you expect it. Basically, it's a string value, it sorts strings. We can do that, but of course this is not matching with our labels here below. What I will do is I'm going to remove the black items first, because we don't need those anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove this part here for now. There's no value in our case. Save that, refresh, there we are. Alright, so if I click on sort, pay attention again on the numbers, because you can see number 3, 3, 2, 5, 3, and then here it's 19 and 12. If I sort, what is happening is because it sorts on string values. Number 5 is basically the highest value, but you will say, well, it's number 19 and 12. No, in this case, because it's a string, it looks at the first character, like alphabetic order, it looks at the first character of the number, which is number 1, and 1 is lower compared to number 2. So this is why this one is here, and then it filters, of course, in comparison with each other. It sees number 2 is lower than number 9 in 19. So basically, really the alphabetic order, and then it starts to sort like this. Alright, so this is not what we want. However, if we're going to sort it on an alphabetic order, we want to make sure that whatever our values are matching, if the matching value should be as well. So if I sort the blue here, I want this blue, what is this value, the data point, move here. And if the red will go somewhere here, it should move as well. And everything else should match as well. Of course, here, this is a warning. These labels need to be unique, because if it's not unique, it will not be able to calculate properly in sorting. So I'm going to remove one yellow data point, which was anyway a item that we push. Let's search here. Where's the yellow data point? If I scroll down here, maybe it's somewhere here. Push value. No, this is the one. Sorry. So we have a lot of items here. I can just delete this, so we have no more excess data points. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to sort them. But with this sort, we need to have as well the splice method. Because with the splice, we're going to duplicate an array. Because if you're going to sort an array, like sort labels, you will sort directly the original label, which you don't want. So what we need to do is we need to create a new array. And this array will be basically the sorted array of this. Alright, so we splice it. Once spliced, we can sort that array. So we say here, labels.splice. Oh, sorry, not splice, it's slice. Splice is another Chart.js function, but we don't need that. So we will splice this, and we can say this will be our new sorted label. We say const. And once we have the sorted label, we can do here sort for now. So now, if we have this, what I want to do here, I'm going to show you exactly what is the most important part. Because what we need to do later on, we need to compare with the original label or original data points where everything is located. And then we're going to use index of to get that value. So we say here, console.log on this value here. And then we do another one, console.log on our labels. This should be sorted labels SS, so that's consistent. So if I save this now, I would expect if I click on this button just to get these two independently, one sorted, other one not. Open up developer tab, press sort, and you can see here we have the sorted version, and here the red is the original version. Alright, so now we have this, because now we can compare. Why we need to compare? Well, we need to compare the data points here, where whatever is, because right now the blue is moved to the first one here. So we cannot figure out, or if it would be sorted by default, you're never able to figure out that this blue here, when it was moved here, that the data point 19 should be moved here, because you don't have that comparison value anymore. So now we've got the comparison value. This is extremely important. I stuck with this for a long time before, so don't make the same mistake as what I did. So now all we need to do is first we're going to use the index of, and we're going to use a for loop together with that. So we say here for, and in here we'll say I, which means iteration, but you can use any character you want to iterate. So we say I equals 0, and then we have I. We'll keep on looping the I, or the iteration, as long as the labels dot length is larger than the I. Alright, so if you wonder what is iteration, iteration basically means repeating something consistently or multiple times, which a for loop is, because a for loop iterates multiple times the same loop, except with the value here of I, which will be here I++, so it will incrementally increase by a number of 1. Alright, so we've got this now. We have this for loop here, and in this for loop we can start working on. What we need to what we need first is basically we need to get the index of which one. We're going to get the index of the labels first, so we know where we can find the values here. So let's start and do that. So we're going to say here the following. We say here labels dot index of, and here what we want to do is we want to filter out. So where do we need to get the repositioning from? Well, most likely we need it from the sorted labels. Where is the value we get? But then we search in the labels where it is. So for example, if we sort this on blue, blue will be here, but in our original item we want to search where blue is located. Well, blue, which is on the index 0, is positioned in the original array on index 1. I hope you can follow along with it. This is really, this is slightly a tongue twister or a mind twister. It's quite tough. Tongue twister is probably the wrong term, but it's a mind twister. So what we're going to do is here, we're going to have labels from the sorted labels here. Once we have that, then we say here I. Alright, so once we have this, let's put a semicolon. And what I want to do here is I want to do a console log so we can check if what we have is correct. Copy that, put it in here. Alright, and refresh now and press this button. Now you can see exactly the positioning of what we need. So red is on 0, am I correct? Yes. This is the new sorted array, but the on the original array, well, basically this is the sorted one and it gets from the original one. Alright, so now we have everything here matching, because 0 is here, but it's positioned here in red is number the 5th element, or array index 4, but it's here on the first one. Alright, so I hope you are able to follow along with this. Even for me, I have to really reconsider, think how I describe it, but basically we're comparing them with each other. Alright, so now we have this. So basically what we need to do now is the following. We're going to get the data, and to do the data I realize we need to make a new constant here with a new array of data. And then we say here, this will be sorted data, and sorted data equals nothing. Why? It's empty, because this will be our sorted data. So what are we going to do here? Well, simply this. We're going to say sorted data. I'm going to push the data in here. Dot push, open parentheses. Let's see. All right, we've got them all here correct. And then once we have that, we have the sorted data here. And all we want to do here is we want to say sorted data. Well, we have to readjust it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to readjust it by just pinpointing the specific location with the data here. So how we do this? We go from my chart, data, data sets, and then to data here. And then this will be removed, and basically will be say this is sorted data. However, we do it with a soft coding here. So we say sorted data, alright. So we say here my chart, and I can just remove the sorted data for now. And we say data sets. So if you're wondering why, let me repeat one more time. Basically here, my chart data sets. This is a array, and this is the first array, which is index 0. Remember that, so that's why I'm using a bracket 0. And then we're going to pinpoint the data. Then dot data, and then we say equal to what exactly? Well, equal to the sorted data array that we created. And that's it. So once we have this, we can remove all of this here basically. We will update it and save that. Refresh, and now we click on sort. You can see now something is moving. And let's double check what's going on here. Of course. So what happened? Well, basically I'm getting the default value here of the index, which is not what I want. I didn't want the index. I need to get the data as well. So what I need to do is, let me show you. I realize I made this mistake. So I'm going to show you what I did, and after we're going to correct that quickly. So basically here, if you would say, we could do here console.log, you will see exactly what we're getting here. Sorry about this, but that's all right. These mistakes are common. So you can see here what we're doing. Console.log doesn't show. Well, it doesn't show here at all, I guess. It's all right. Our issue is we get only the index positioning. So what we need to do, of course, is not only the index positioning and pushing the value, but we need to, of course, match this. So what are we pushing exactly? Not the position where it is, no. The data value in the array. So we say here data, and then we do here bracket. And then we will get the one. So basically here, this was just a number. Remember the numbers that we have here. For example, number 1 would be index 1 for the blue color. So this was basically number 1. And we'll get this one. And then we pushed it in the right order. So if I do this now, and now we sort, there we are. We have sorted it, and then the items are starting to reposition itself, although I noticed that something is not sorting correctly. And the reason for that is we need to sort this. Let's do that one here. And we need to reposition that one as well. Reason why we need to adjust that. Labels. Remember what we're going to do here again. Same. We say here my chart data set. Or oh no, sorry. My chart data labels. Because labels here is a code already, so let's adjust that. We go in here because we created in here with the splice of a slice. With the slice we created a new array. Alright, so once we created a new array, we have to of course reassign the new array. So we say equals, not this, sorted labels. And here, it's not the data set, this will be the labels, equals sorted labels. So if I save this now, refresh, there we are. So we have the blue, green, etc, etc. Everything matches, but now let's do the colors. I want the colors as well, and then we're done. So what I'm going to do here is, we can probably do another one. I'm going to make 2 more values. Then we say you sorted background, and the other one was sorted border. So how are we going to do those? Well, basically the same structure here. I need this 2 times more. And what we're going to do here is, first of all, we say sorted background. And then we say here sorted border. And here we'll push labels, but not the data point. We don't want the data point anymore. What we want is the background color that we have here up. Background color. And the other one will be border color, so we know exactly the positioning of the color. So if I copy this, put it in here, and then I say here, this is not background, but it's border color, but we type that, border color, and then we're not done yet. We still need to do the final item here is basically this, but then we say here, background, color with capital C, remember that, why? Because it is here in Chart.js a default command, and same with the border color. We got this one, I'm going to copy this, and then we say here, border color is not sorted data, no, it is, this is sorted background, and this one will be sorted border. So if I save this now and refresh, we should have now the original version. There we are, blue, green, orange, purple, red, yellow. Alright, so now we have a nice sorted array, and this is one of them. Because you might say, well, this is all nice, but how can I do, for example, high to low, or from low to high? Well, in the next video, I'm going to show you that one. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you enjoy this video, you probably will enjoy this one as well. And if you're interested in Chart.js, check out in the description box the link directing to my Chart.js course, where you can learn everything about Chart.js. And finally, of course, make sure you subscribe to my channel.